Robert Mitchum, born Robert Charles Durr Mitchum on August 6, 1917, in Bridgeport, Connecticut, grew up in a world marked by loss and struggle. His father, a railroad worker, died in a tragic accident when Robert was just 2 years old, leaving his mother to raise three children amid the harsh realities of the Great Depression. From an early age, Mitchum displayed a restless spirit, drifting across the country as a teenager. He took on odd jobs such as ditch digging, boxing, and even working on a Georgia chain gang after a vagrancy arrest, shaping the toughness that would define his screen persona. Adventures and early work, Mitchum's adolescence was defined by rebellion and adventure. Traveling by freight trains across the United States, he experienced the hardships of ordinary life firsthand. Despite the instability, these experiences shaped his character, instilling resilience and authenticity that later translated to his acting. Before Hollywood, Mitchum dabbled in intellectual pursuits, working as a ghostwriter for astrologer Carol Ryder and exploring poetry. This combination of grit and introspection gave him a unique depth. He saw the world with a philosophical lens, an unusual quality for someone who would later become famous for playing hardened, tough guy roles in film noir and other genres. Breaking into Hollywood, Mitchum's entry into Hollywood was largely accidental. In the early 1940s, he began appearing in small parts in westerns and dramas, taking whatever roles he could to support his young family. His natural charisma and magnetic presence quickly caught the attention of casting directors. By 1945, he earned his first major break in the story of G.I. Joe, receiving an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. This early recognition established him as a serious talent. His raw authenticity, effortless cool, and understated intensity set him apart in an industry often dominated by manufactured charm and superficiality. Rise in film noir. Throughout the late 1940s and 1950s, Mitchum became a central figure in the film noir genre. Iconic performances in films such as Out of the Past, 1947, Crossfire, 1947, and The Big Steal, 1949, defined his career. With his deep voice, half-lidded eyes, and unhurried manner, Mitchum mastered the art of understatement. Unlike other actors who relied on overt dramatics, he conveyed tension and emotion with subtlety, his silence often speaking louder than words. Audiences were drawn to his morally complex, world-weary characters. Mitchum was not a hero in the conventional sense, but embodied flawed, realistic men navigating a world of ethical ambiguity. Versatility across genres. Though renowned for noir, Mitchum demonstrated remarkable versatility. He appeared in war films, westerns, romantic dramas, and thrillers, showing a rare ability to inhabit both heroic and villainous roles. In The Night of the Hunter, 1955, his chilling portrayal of Reverend Harry Powell, a sinister preacher, remains one of cinema's most unforgettable villainous performances. Mitchum's capacity to combine menace with charm distinguished him from his peers. He continued with strong performances in Heaven Knows, Mr. Allison, 1957, The Sundowners, 1960, and Cape Fear, 1962, cementing his reputation as an actor capable of nuanced emotional realism across genres. Personal philosophy and rebellion. Off-screen, Mitchum cultivated a persona of independence and disdain for Hollywood pretension. Famous for his wit, he often joked about his reputation and appearance, once noting, "People think I have an interesting walk. Hell, I'm just trying to hold my gut in." Despite a 1948 marijuana arrest, his career remained largely unaffected, and the incident only reinforced his image as Hollywood's bad boy. Mitchum valued authenticity, honesty, and a grounded approach to life. He respected individuals who lived by their word, who were gritty and real. This philosophy informed not only his personal life, but also his choices in film and his relationships with colleagues. Lifelong romance. In the fall of 1933, 16-year-old Mitchum met 14-year-old Dorothy Spence near a swimming hole in Camden, Delaware. Dorothy, a schoolmate of Mitchum's younger brother, quickly captured Robert's heart. Their youthful bond grew into a serious relationship that endured years of separation when Mitchum moved to California in 1934 to pursue his career. Through letters filled with humor and vivid storytelling, their connection remained strong. Dorothy's loyalty never faltered even as Mitchum navigated hobo camps, chain gangs, and the unpredictable Hollywood world. Their love, grounded in trust and resilience, culminated in a modest marriage on March 16, 1940, in Dover, Delaware. Career maturity and later roles. As Mitchum aged, he transitioned seamlessly into mature, complex roles, adapting to working with younger stars and evolving filmmaking styles. He delivered memorable performances in Ryan's Daughter, 1970, Farewell, My Lovely, 1975, and The Friends of Eddie Coyle, 1973, showcasing realism, subtlety, and quiet intensity. On television, he excelled in miniseries like The Winds of War, 1983, and War and Remembrance, 1988. Even in his later years, Mitchum's understated charisma and authenticity remained magnetic. He was admired not just for his talent, but for his professionalism, endurance, and the calm assurance that made his characters, and the man himself, timeless. Rivalry with George Peppard Mitchum was known for his tolerance and generosity, yet one actor consistently drew his ire: George Peppard. Peppard, whose arrogance masked insecurity, often sabotaged his own career with difficult behavior. Mitchum, by contrast, respected authenticity and integrity in his colleagues. He once remarked that Peppard burned a lot of bridges, and that talent alone was not enough to sustain success without genuine human decency. Their rivalry was never public or dramatic, but Mitchum's quiet disdain reflected a broader philosophy: the difference between men who lived real lives and those who merely performed appearances. Peppard embodied the latter. Legacy and Death Mitchum's life spanned more than half a century in the entertainment industry, marked by resilience, authenticity, and artistry. A lifelong heavy smoker, he succumbed to complications of lung cancer and emphysema on July 1st, 1997, at his home in Santa Barbara, California. He left behind his wife of 57 years, Dorothy, whose steadfast support had anchored his extraordinary life. Mitchum's legacy is one of understated power, nuanced performances, and a philosophy rooted in realness over superficiality. He remains remembered as one of Hollywood's most compelling, enigmatic figures, a man who lived and acted with integrity, charm, and unforgettable presence. Enduring impact. Robert Mitchum's enduring appeal lies not just in his filmography, but in the character he embodied both on and off screen. Tough, introspective, morally complex, and profoundly human, he redefined the archetype of the Hollywood leading man. From noir anti-heroes to chilling villains and nuanced heroes, Mitchum's performances were authentic reflections of life's ambiguities. His personal philosophy, valuing honesty, loyalty, and grit, resonated beyond the screen. Today, he is remembered as a cinematic legend who refused to compromise his individuality, a figure whose quiet power and magnetic presence continue to influence actors and audiences alike decades after his passing.